Wah, kui video hả? Sis Mega hả?
Mm,
Saya
mm,
kayak saya intro ya. Oke, thank you.
mm. Selamat malam teman-teman. Eh, Hari ini hari Kamis kita berkumpul di sini untuk sitting meditation, kemudian dilanjutkan dengan Dhamma Talk dari Shifu Guo Yuan Sepuh. Sebentar lagi Sister Xiao Chen akan memutarkan video dari 8 gerakan berkesadaran dan sitting meditation yang di-guide oleh Sepuh. Karena sinyal saya sedang terganggu, untuk itu mohon Sis Xiao Chen untuk membantu menampilkan video. Terima kasih.
Oke, makasih Sis Mega.
Good day, everyone. We will begin with the exercise. When we do the exercise, remember always use our body as a grounding place and fully aware of the movements of the body, the sensation of the body. When we are aware of the movement of the body, is to aware of the main part first and then continue on to the entire body. So we will begin with the warm-up exercise. First of all, stand with feet apart, and the width of the feet is the same with the width of our shoulders, and our feet are parallel. The first one is to swing your arms left and right while turn your body left and right. One hand will tap on the shoulder, and the other hand will tap on the back. Fully aware of the movements of the waist, the movements of our arms and palms, and aware of the movements of the entire body. Relax the entire body, aware of the sensations of the body. If you're thinking of something else, aware of it and return to your body. Your body is a grounding place. Enjoy the time that you're here and now. Gently come to a pause, feet together, join your palms. Next is the waist movement. Stand with feet apart, parallel and shoulder width. Hold your palms to your waist, bend your waist to the left, front, right, and back. Rotate your waist 360 degrees. Fully aware of the movements of the waist that guiding the entire body. Reverse direction to your right, front, left, back, your movements are very smooth, gentle, relaxed. Enjoy your movements right there. Return to the upright position. Join your palms, feet together. Next is to swing your arms back and forth while bend your knees up and down. Stand with feet apart, parallel and shoulder width. Aware of the movements of your arms. While swing your arms, try so that your arm is not higher than the shoulder. Gently come to a pause, feet together, join your palms. Next is knees movements. Place your palms to your thighs and bend your knees starting from the left, down, right and up. When bending down a little bit, your upper body will also slightly bend down. Reverse direction. Return to the upright position. Next is extend left and right. Stand so that your feet forming a V and join your palms. Step to the left. Extend your arms. Your head also turn to the direction of the left. Now, first of all, the knees that in the front should not be over the tips of your toes. The second thing is that the two arms are in the same level, not that one is higher than the other. Return. Right. Return. Left. Return. Right. Return. Left. Return. Right. Return. Join your palms. Bow. So we are ready for meditation. You loosen everything that is tight in your body, and then sit on the cushion. Start with joining your palms. Place your palms, place your awareness to the tips of the middle fingers. Place your palms to your knees. We will do the head movements, starting from the left, front, right, back. Again. And again. Reverse direction. Right, front, left, back. Again. And again. Return your head to the upright position. Now do the 3 deep breathings. Place, make your palms like this, and place your palms to the abdomen. The navel will be in the center of the oval shape. Breathe in to your nostrils. Bend your body down. Breathe out to your mouth. Up, breathe in. Down, breathe out. Up, breathe in. Down, breathe out. And up. Readjust posture. Sit correctly. Now check the entire body. Make sure that all the muscles are loosened. Once your muscles are loosened, then you use the scanning method. When scan, then you're just aware of that part. Whatever that sensation are, just notice or just aware, that's enough. Start with your hair, where they in contact with the skin of your skull, aware of that part. Your forehead, aware of the sensation of the skin of your forehead. Your eyes, your cheeks, your nose, your mouth and your chin. And then to your neck, the skin, the muscles of your neck. Shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, your palms, fingers, your chest, the skin, the muscles of your chest. Your stomach, your back, the waist area, your buttocks, the touching feeling of the buttocks to the cushion. Put all your weight down to the cushion. Your thighs, your calves, your feet, return to the entire head, your upper body, your lower body, then the entire body that's sitting here. You're calmer and calmer. You may observe your breath. Just observe to see how it works. And then, very naturally, you will follow your breath. through your nostrils. In and out. If you feel that you want to use the counting method, then go ahead. Count your breath from 1 to 10. If you have the method that you're most familiar with, then just use it. Don't mind your wandering thoughts. They come and go by themselves. All you need to do is don't follow them. You are working on the method right now. Stay with a clear mind. And of course, you already relaxed the entire body. Also relax your mind. Just pick up your method again and again. Please continue. When you hear the sound of the chime, tell yourself to come out of meditation. Take 3 deep breaths. Move your fingers. Slightly move your body. Gently join your palms. Place your palms to your knees and rotate your body from small circles to bigger circles. Reverse direction. And massage. Rub the back of your thumb so heat is created. And then press your eye sockets inward to outward. Then rub your palms. Heat is created. Put to your eyes. Release. Again. Rub your palms and wash your face gently. Below, inward, up and outward. And then place your palms like this. Right hand to the left temple, left hand to the right temple. And massage your head and the back of your head. And then massage your entire head. And then press the neck like this. Release and press again. Release, press, release. And then place your palm to the back of your head and slide down to your neck. And then your ears, squeeze from the edge and inward. And use your index finger to press here, this middle part of your ear. Slightly press and then step it out. And then use your finger to rub the shoulders, the muscles of the left shoulder, and rub the shoulder joint. And squeeze the muscles of the upper arm, all the muscles. Rub the elbow. And then also inward. And then they squeeze the muscles of the lower arm. And then press this point where the thumb and the index finger meet here of your palm. On the other side, the right shoulder muscles, squeeze, rub the joint, squeeze the muscles of the upper arm, elbow, inward, lower arm, and this point. Your chest, one direction first, reverse direction, and then the armpits slide down to the abdomen. The stomach, one hand on top, one hand on the other. Just do one direction. Start from the left, down, right, up. Do it slowly. Just one direction. Now in the back, you grab the back where it's hard to reach. With the two hands, then use your knuckles of the fingers here to press the shoulder blade on the side, then the other side. Then use the knuckles of the fist to press along the two sides of the spine. Then use the back of your palms, rub, crisscross like this. Then use your palm to rub the lower back up and down like this. Then now is your left thigh. Squeeze the muscles. The knee. And the calf. Now you find the the shin bone, and then the left side of the shin bone. Use your left hand, place to your knee, and then the ring finger will point to the middle finger will point to the shin bone, and then the ring finger, below, two fingers below. You'll find that groove, and you press, and you press, and you press, and then you press down. Finish with the left, now it's the right. Squeeze the muscles off your thigh. And then the knee. And then the calf. Squeeze the muscles of the calf. And find the right side, the right groove, the shin bone. Press, 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 and press down. Okay, now is the feet. Stretch the feet toward you, away from you, toward you, away from you, toward you, away from you, toward you, away from you. Rotate your feet. One direction first. Reverse direction. And then your toes. Grab your toes. Reverse. Grab your toe. Reverse. Grab your toes. Reverse. Grab your toes. Reverse. Relax and finish.
Selamat malam, selamat kembali teman-teman semua. Sekarang telah tiba saatnya kita memasuki sesi Dharma sharing yang akan diberikan oleh guru kita, Guo Yuan Shifu dari Dharma Mountain Retreat Center USA. Saat ini beliau belum bergabung, kita akan sama-sama menunggu sebentar. Topik pembahasannya adalah pembahasan tentang sutra, platform sutra dari Master Huineng. Mungkin dari pihak panitia Sisnovi boleh coba dibantu. Apakah perlu kita menghubungi Sifu? Hmm. Beliau sudah bergabung.
Hello.
Saya Omitofo Koyen Sefu. Saya persilahkan teman-teman semua untuk silakan membuka videonya. Kita akan sama-sama memberi penghormatan kepada beliau. Oke, terima kasih. Mari kita sama-sama bersikap anjali dan membungkuk hormat kepada guru. Bow. Amitofo Koyen Sefu. Nice to see you again.
Wonderful. Okay. Today, Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. We continue on talking about platform Sutra in the chapter of Samadhi and Wisdom. So last time we ended at this saying, Buddha Dharma is in the world. Awaken is not apart from worldly matters. To understand world life is to understand Dharma. To fail to understand the world is to miss the Dharma. In worldly life, men are men, women are women, children are children, elders are elders. A child is happy being young. An old person complains about aging. That is mistaken. You are a child when young. You were old when you age. Old and young differ, yet the old came from the young. So difference is also Dharma. And that was when we ended on December 18, 2025. So times change, but phenomena are what they are. As we know, Buddhism teaches the law of causes and conditions, not fatalism. And everyone's blessing and fortunes differ. Some people say Buddhism is conservative, that it serves the ruling class, because Buddhists don't advocate revolution or rebellion. They think Buddhism teaches that rich people deserve their wealth because of past good karma, and the poor deserve their poverty because of past failings. So Buddhists supposedly lose the will to progress or seek equality. What do you think? And yes, that is not true. Because Buddhism teaches causes and condition, not predestination. It doesn't mean that because you did good deeds in the past life, you are fated to be rich now. Or because you didn't, you are doomed to be poor. In this life, you must still make effort. If you are rich but careless, you will lose it. If you are poor but diligent, you can become rich. However, some people work very hard yet remain poor. They can help others make money, but when they try themselves, they lose. Then they help others again, and those others make money. I'm sorry. And those others make money. So then they help others again, and those others make money. It is sorry. Excuse me. One moment, please. Okay, I'm back. So let's continue. Okay, let's continue with this. Okay, then they help others again, and some others make money. Isn't it infuriating? Why? Because of past karmic blessings. Those who planted blessings before now enjoy prosperity. Those who didn't now find it difficult to gain wealth. It is the same applies in monastic life. And Sukong said that among those who ordained with him, some became famous early, received much respect, offering, and followers. And he himself was late in developing, only in the years after. And he had some that come to study with him. And he said, if I compare myself with those great masters, I would have died of frustration. Some were only in their 20s and 30s and already moved, say, is already famous. At that time, he was, as people say, obscure and unrecognized. And when asked, are you successful anyway? And our teacher said, inwardly, I am successful. That's enough. Outwardly not, but that is perfectly normal. So this is a story that share. There was once an old monk who, when young, was like our teacher, unnoticed by anyone. So his teacher said, you lack blessings. You should cultivate more merit. And the disciple replied, I have no blessings. How can I cultivate them? And the teacher said, make connection with people. And he sighed. No one wants to associate with me. Everyone treats me like a plague god or a plague spirit. Plague god or plague spirit means someone despised or avoided. So just like years ago, who would have respect our teacher, Master Sheng Yan? So the teacher said, then make connection with ants, now flies, and mosquitoes. So the disciple did. If you can connect it with people, connect with other beings. If not with living beings, then with spirits. And you ask, how? Well, recite sutras for them, perform evening food offering, which is Meng San, food offering to ghosts. That's also building karmic affinity. So that young monk, later he grew old, many young people drew close to him. And he would say to them jokingly, you must be those mosquitoes and ants I once fed. Now you have come back to repay me. Well, of course, it wasn't good to say that out loud. But that was his way of expressing gratitude for karmic affinity. So personal effort and karmic fortune must work together. And external condition must also align. If they don't, things won't succeed. And our teacher said that if I return to mainland China today and hundreds of thousands came to take refuge and listen to my talks, could that happen? In America, only someone like the Dalai Lama attracts thousands. A world figure with spirit, political, and symbolic influence. People want to see him, hear him. And Zhigong said that, but when I lectured in the US, I often have only a dozen, 20 or 30 people. At best, 300 or 400. That's already a large crowd. Well, at Harvard, at university abroad, 300 or 400 is considered very good. The difference lies in circumstances. And Zhigong said that I am the same person, but responses differ depending on time and space, time and place. It is not that I have more blessings in Taiwan and fewer in America. It's simply different conditions and times. And then continue on, Zhigong said that a lay disciple told him he was one of the 37 people who took refuge under my teacher, which is our grandmaster, Master Dong Chu. So people took, and let me replace it. So he was one of the 37 people who took refuge under my teacher before he passing. That was already remarkable. My teacher was a great old master of Taiwan. He passed away at 70, leaving 37 refuge disciples. And continue on, our teacher said, when I conduct refuge ceremonies, more than 370 people take refuge at once. But that doesn't mean my blessings are greater. This era, environment, and background are all different. Having so many disciples today is nothing special. It's just the time. I remember there was a very famous, you could say, movie star. Probably you know. His name is Arnold. Arnold, I don't know how to say his last name. Arnold something.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. Anyway, when he was young, he was skinny. He was not well built at all. And his father didn't like him. His father liked his elder brother. But he worked very hard. He went to gym unstoppingly, one after, when he was in Australia. Austria, I mean, not Australia. When he was in Europe, Austria. Yeah. And he became well built, and also he got a lot of prize later on. Not only that, he is working very hard. So you could say that he was not starting out from a very well-off family, and then he had a chance to go to America, and because his will was wanting to be an actor, and somehow he worked his way to become a very famous movie star afterward. But he's non-stop. He continued on studying in college, in university. He went. He was also studying in England as well. And later on, he became one of the. I believe he was the mayor of the in California. I don't remember. I don't recall the what county that he was, but somehow you could see that he's starting out from nothing, and then became quite famous and quite healthy as well. So that's what happened. So differences are normal. Don't regard differences as abnormal. Differences are not bad. They are normal. But if you see differences and think they are wrong, that is missing the point of Dharma. Say, for example, now when I was in Taiwan, sometimes we have the opportunity to go from the Mountain headquarters in the north of Taiwan, and Jinshan. It was Jinshan, and we went to the city, to this vegetarian restaurant, which is quite famous at that time. And I heard the story was this vegetarian restaurant was one before not a vegetarian restaurant. And one day, the owner had the opportunity to meet with a monk. And somehow they made good connection. And then the monk telling him that, why don't you turn this restaurant into a vegetarian restaurant? For the sake of compassion. And he listened to it, and he did. He changed it from a non-vegetarian restaurant to a vegetarian restaurant. But in the beginning, he was not familiar with all the dishes, how to make good vegetarian meals. And somehow it took him 3 years. So in the beginning, the business was almost like running down, and somehow he insists. And after 3 years, the business improved. And that's what happens, that even the business was better than before they changed to a vegetarian restaurant, because somehow they learn, they make it better with vegetarian meals, with vegetarian dishes that they make. And we had the opportunity to go there and heard about this story. That's what happens. Then now we come to another one talking about this. What is the Buddha Dharma? Well, a monk asking the master, what is the Buddha Dharma? And the master said, a Shan River speckled bamboo staff. Okay. That is the dialogue, So when the monk asked, what is the Buddha? The master replied, a Xiang River speckled bamboo staff. Now, we often see similar lines. They are not extraordinary poetic answers, but extremely direct. So, similar thing, someone once asked Master Yunmen, what is the Buddha? And he answered, a dried piece of dung. Another case with Master Zhao Zhou, he replied to the same question. He said, a 7.5 pound cloth robe. And that was the weight of his robe at the time. Now, someone asked Master Yao San Wei Yan, and this person is the scholar Han Yu's student. And he replied, cloud in the sky, water in the vessel, which means water in the container. So here's the answer. A Xiang River speckled bamboo staff. So do you have the bamboo, the speckled bamboo in Indonesia? Well, speckled bamboo has natural dotted marks, like speckles or burn specks. Not insects, simply its natural pattern. The color is golden yellow, which is in Hunan near the Xiang River. This bamboo grows. Perhaps the Chan master at that time was holding such a bamboo staff. So when asked, what is the Buddha Dharma? He replied, speckled bamboo staff. We have another story. The story of the bird's nest Chan master and the attendant cloth fiber. That's his name. Have you heard about this story and his attendant? Well, the story goes like this. The attendants follow him more than 10 years. The master only told him to fetch water, bring food, carry things, never once speaking Dharma. After so many years, the disciple waited and waited, feeling increasingly uneasy. He said, I came to learn Dharma, but only do labor. So he decided to leave. He said, Master, I've been here so long, I'm leaving. And the master asked, why leave? And he answered, I came to learn Dharma 10 years and not a single teaching. I will go elsewhere to seek good teacher. What Dharma do you seek? The answer was the Buddha Dharma. And the master said, oh, you seek Buddha Dharma? I also have some. And the disciples' eyes wide open, finally. So the Bersama Chan master, wearing a robe full of holes, searched around and couldn't find anything. He plucked a loose thread from his robe, blew on it, and said, I also have a little. Phew, look. At that moment, the attendant suddenly awakened. He received, upheld, and realized the Dharma, that one thread. So the joke here, well, our teacher, joking, saying that, shall I blow once for you? Who? Why did no one awaken? Okay. So coming back to a disciple about teacher who wants to go study. So here, a teacher said that we also have a disciple here, only here for a little over a year, not 10 years. And he was hearing Dharma almost every day. And yet he feels he hasn't heard Dharma. So he wants to leave and go study to seek Dharma. Master, he said, I have been here a year to be a teacher of gods and humans. I must have Dharma to teach, to carry the Tathagata's family work. So I must go study, learn more Dharma, so I can propagate and save beings. And our teacher said, very good, you may go. There's no Dharma here. There's plenty elsewhere. And our teacher said, I am not Bersama Chan master. I cannot blow a thread. I speak too much. Perhaps I should say something, only make you haul water, chop wood, sweep toilets, clean windows. Then later, perhaps, one thread would enlighten you. And our teacher said, since I talk every day, he said he has not heard Dharma and must go seek it. People say I'm a great Dharma master, yet after 1 year, he said he heard no Dharma. Truly shameful. I must be a fake master. Bersama Chan master was real. I dare not call myself Chan master. A Chan master would not talk. He would hit you with a stick. If someone asks, what is Buddha? Whack. That is Buddha. Or throw something. Take it. If you have not practiced, nothing appears as Buddha. If you truly practice, giving up self to the end, everything is Buddha. That attendant became cloth fiber attendant because one loose thread awakened him. He awakened because for 10 years no Dharma was spoken. Then one thread opened his mind. So the same meaning is in the Xiang River speckled bamboo staff. Here our teacher said, I do not know whether the one who asks awaken or not. But such replies are extremely direct and true. So do not imagine Buddha as something mystical. Do not regard Dharma as mysterious. Dharma is everywhere in daily life. We meet the Buddha every day, everywhere. You bump your nose, you meet Buddha. That Xiang River bamboo staff is Buddha. And where is Buddha not? What thing is not Buddha? Everything is Buddha. If everywhere you look, nothing appears as Buddha, then what is the true Buddha? Shakyamuni Buddha is just one among countless manifestation bodies. Where is the Buddha? Where is the true Buddha then? Do you know? So, do you still don't know and are waiting to find the true Buddha? Well, the true Buddha is not a Buddha. If it were a Buddha, it would already be just another manifestation. Isn't that confusing you? So the true Buddha is non-differentiated. This passage already said so. Xiang River speckled bamboo staff is Buddha. The cypress trees in the courtyard is Buddha. All animated and inanimated things, there is none that is not Buddha. So, when we speak of one practice samadhi, it means using a straight, upright mind as the method of one practice samadhi. However, some people misunderstand it. They think that simply sitting still without moving and having no thoughts is one practice samadhi. If we explain it that way, like that, then it becomes no different from a piece of wood or a stone. That is not a method of cultivation. Instead, it becomes an obstacle to wisdom and to the Bodhi path. The samadhi spoken of in Chan is not what ordinary people mistakenly think. That if the body does not move and the mind does not move, that is samadhi. If that were true, then a dead person or someone in vegetative state would have attained samadhi. And that is not true practitioner. Then we continue on with the translation. Good friends, the way must flow freely. How would it become stagnant? When the mind does not cling to Dharma, the way naturally flows. But if the mind clings to Dharma, that is called self-bondage. If you say that merely sitting still is the way, then consider Sariputta meditating in the forest. Yet he was reproached by Vimalakirti. So the saying of good friends, some people teach others to sit and watch the mind. Watch for purity, do not move, do not give rise to thought, and thereby accomplish the practice. Deluded people who do not understand this cling to it blindly and fall into confusion. There are many like this. To teach in such a manner is a great mistake. So, make it a little bit more flow is that, dear good friends, to practice and seek the Bodhi path, one must allow the Dharma to flow freely and function marvelously without obstructions. Why then does it become blocked? Well, so you need to explain certain terms. The way, which is Tao. The way refers to the method and the direction of practice. It also means awakened nature, the path of enlightenment, the Bodhi way. The other one is flow through. Flow means the Dharma is alive, dynamic, and free. In the worldly sense, it accords with causes and conditions and operates by proper principles. Yet each situation retains its uniqueness. Beyond the worldly, it means not relying on or clinging to circumstances or objects, not giving rise to attachment, neither attached to the world nor rejecting it, moving freely in life. This flowing through means moving about the world without obstructions in mind. Another word is self-bondage. Attachment produces confusion and affliction. One ties oneself up with one's own mistaken, self-centered views. Then another word, teaching of appearances. According to Tian Tai's 5-period and 8 teaching, the teaching of characteristic or teaching of appearance refer to the teaching based on relative distinction, which is the 3 vehicle teachings. Those based on absolute emptiness and equality are teaching without characteristics or without appearances. And to take a look at the Sutra of Perfect Enlightenment, it says, because enlightenment is fulfilled, bodhisattvas are not bound by dharmas and do not seek liberation from dharmas. This matches the Platform Sutra. The way must flow freely. Why would it stagnate? If the mind does not dwell on Dharma, the way flows. If the mind dwells on Dharma, that is self-bondage. If the mind fixes on anything, the Dharma cannot flow. One blocks oneself. So, when the mind does not dwell on Dharma, the way flows. That is to say, the way must be alive. The way must function in daily life, in our dealing with people and affairs. If separated from life, it becomes rigid and obstructed. Flowing through means both unobstructed, understanding and smooth functioning, the mind without hindrance. So when the mind dwells on dharmas, then dwelling brings obstruction. To not abide means not clinging anywhere. If the mind abides anywhere, there will be obstructions, attachment, and afflictions. So Dharma includes mental dharmas and physical dharmas, contaminated and uncontaminated dharmas, conditioned and unconditioned dharmas, worldly and supramundane dharmas. Clinging to any of these is dwelling on Dharma. So ordinary people cling to the worldly mental, physical, natural, and cultural phenomena, judging good over bad, gain and loss, high and low. This is the root of affliction. This is not one practice samadhi. Then others reject worldly phenomena as empty and impermanent, but cling to supramundane liberation. This is also attachment, holding on to beyond the world while rejecting the world. This is a transitional state, not ultimate freedom. So only when one clings neither to worldly dharmas nor supramundane dharmas is one truly practicing Buddha Dharma. And this is genuine one practice samadhi, the highest wisdom. Then one remains unaffected by worldly conditions, free from affliction while helping others liberate from afflictions. This is true unobstructed flow, the genuine way. Okay, so I will stop here.
Thank you so much, Sifu, for the wonderful Dharma talk. We have 10 more minutes left. Should we proceed for Dharma, for breakout room, Sifu?
Maybe
Or
just
Q&A?
Q&A.
Okay, Sifu.
Yeah.
Jadi teman-teman jika ada pertanyaan, so friends, if you have questions, please unmute yourself and on your video, please, too, and can ask Sifu directly. While waiting, allow me to ask Sifu questions. I find that today's topic is the extension of last week topic, and I try, not last week but previous class topics. I try to practice what Sifu says, like try not to be judgment or not to be in duality, like, and I find it not easy. How to be not judgment or not duality? How will the world function, or how does, for example, when we are in a working place, or for example, there's a certain rules and certain uh, manners or certain morale that have to be kept so everything goes well. While on the
Yeah.
other hand, as we practice, Sifu asks us not to be judgmental. So when somebody, for example, when someone do something not according to the norm or according to the rules, uh, in that I have in my mind, it's like, okay, just not be judgmental, not to be in a duality. But somehow my mind is like clashing, thinking like, if I let this be, the matter will, for example, like become worse, like this, for example, like the norm or the morale is broken. Some, for example, there's a certain company rules, and then somebody break, and can we just say be non-duality, be non-judgmental? Like, I find it quite contradicting. Like, I find it, how can I practice non-duality in this human world, Sifu? Can uh, uh please explain? Thank you, Sifu.
Okay, we can do it certain ways. One is that if you can do on your level that make you like you don't have any judgmental, you just do your work. Okay. So other things you can ignore. You have no vexations, and you have no discrimination that giving rise in your mind. That is your level. Supposedly, this is higher level. And then another thing is that you are in the environment or in the society or with the community. Every place, everywhere, they all have this so-called regulation or rules that you just follow. So you will not be blocked if you follow this regulation, these rules. The only thing is that when confronted with situations, are we giving rise to our vexation? All right. So it's very important. If you don't give rise to vexations, then what happens is many things go very smoothly. But still, we go with the regulation of the society there, of the community there. There is no problem. And still, the Dharma's flow is freely flow. That's in one sense. Okay. Now, what happened is that some people was doing something. It could be that breaking the regulations to a certain way that you call this is the bottom line. They can't do it. Now, if this is something that is the bottom line, it's not only you that will react or feeling difficult in certain thing. So this has become the issue of the whole community. Then actually we don't really have to worry. So actually, in the situation that we're in, we have to work in the company, and we have to follow the rules and things like that. Actually, it's not that difficult. The only thing is that every time, what is it that in our mind that could we just relate it to, am I having vexations? Is my mind stirred up? Or are those things just a small things that we are using our own judgment to judge and to react? And that is very important. That is the point where we practice, that we are not giving rise to our vexations and not just giving rise to this so-called the self that is manifesting rather than without abiding. So of course we know that it's not easy, but practice, it's like this. So it could be to say, just could be that there's an example. I have an example of this old woman that is working as a cleaning vegetables in the kitchen in Dharma headquarters. And she never said anything right and wrong. In Chinese, it's called 是非, and this person is right, this person is wrong, and da. He just worked and worked. And what she did was that she just recited the Buddha's name. And she's very flexible. She could handle things easily because she doesn't have any vexation in her mind, but just the name of the Buddhas. And everybody around her was feeling so peaceful when she's around because she never said anything. But she always helped do her work and helped the kitchen for so many years. And she also lived very long. So it depends on what is our level that we could reach to. But at least that is, something, that aspiration for us to learn from her. Okay.
Thank you, Sifu. The example really helps a lot to understand more about what Sifu trying to explain. So it's more about the vexation arising from us or not. So it's not, that's more important. So as the level of we practice, the vexation will definitely still come out. So we need to practice to be aware of, we know our vexation has arise, as we just let it go. Is it, Sifu? That's
Yes.
the way we should practice. So how about the regulation? We don't care.
Well, we don't have to. The regulation, if you are in charge, you have to deal with it, then you do. If it's not your matter, then you don't do. Right?
As
Or
if
your situation that you could say something, then you say something. When knowing that even you say something, they don't listen, then let it go.
Okay, Sifu. Thank you.
Okay.
Any more questions from friends before we end the session? Seems there's no. Sifu, can we proceed for transfer merit?
Yeah, sure.
Tolong dibantu si Xiaochen. Thank you.
Please join our palms. We pray for the flourishing of Buddha Dharma for peace in the world, for the joy and contentment of all people, for the freedom and ease of body and mind. May sentient being depart from suffering. May the vows of the donors be fulfilled. 回向佛法兴隆，世界和平，人民安乐，身心自在，众生离苦，施主愿遂。Wow, thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, Sifu. Please, let's join our palm together and give respect to Sifu. Bow. Amitofo.
弥陀佛
Thank you, Sifu.
Thank you everyone.
Beautiful.
This is a full.
Thank you, Shifu. Take care.
Okay.
Please take care, Sifu.
Take care.
Sifu, we saw you published a new book, Sifu.
Oh. Yes.
Congratulations, Sifu. How can we get the book?
Don't know. Maybe we ask Novi.
No fee. Okay, we ask her.
I don't know how many copies do I have. It seems like it's gone already.
Oh,
But I could
sold
ask
out.
to see. So,
Sold out.
I'll let you know, okay?
Okay, Sifu. Please
All
take
right.
care.
Take care.
Shifu. Take care. Have a nice day, Shifu.
Nice day,
Have a good-
Sifu.
Have a good night.
Selamat malam semuanya. Terima kasih sudah ikut belajar bersama. Have a good night. Sifu masih belum.
Yeah, good night, good night.
Aku kira udah keluar.
Tapi Shifu kayaknya freeze ya.
Hah?
Oh, no. I thought Shifu freeze.
Kasih ya semuanya.
Terima kasih,
Bye.
Ci Nini, Ko
Bye.
Agus, Ci
Bye.
Shelton, Ci Unang.
Baik.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Terima